Like an angel from the heavens, from the underworld she rises to the clouds. Oh, ooh. She's on that train back home. Whoa, whoa. She's on that train back home. That girl has been through hell and back, but now she's on that train back home. Whoa, whoa.
That song is fucking awesome. Hi. What you see before you is a deck of magic cards. And we're gonna do some chill deck building while listening to some of the soundtrack from New Capet, which was one of the latest Magic sets. I believe the last core set. Our first commander we'll be brewing with is Dalsim, Pliable Pacifist. He's 2 green-white for a 1/3 human monk. He has reach, which means he can block creatures with flying, even though he himself does not have flying. He has teleport. Cookie Man, I know what happened. You took them off, or they fell off your face onto the blanket in front of you. And then, as you were like shifting around in bed, moving, they slowly fell backwards and backwards and backwards, like they were getting pushed by the tide, and eventually they fell off the end of your bed. That's what happened. I've been thinking about this. That's my theory. Okay, he has teleport, which means he has hexproof unless he's attacking. That's really good. He basically just has hexproof. Just don't attack with him. Show video proof. Unfortunately, I cannot back up my claims. So he has some natural protection. I don't know why. He just does. He says whenever a creature you control with reach attacks, untap it, and it can't be blocked by creatures with greater power this combat. So that means, like say Dalsim swings, a creature with power 2 or greater cannot block Dalsim because of his trigger, which means you cannot, you can't block and kill him. You can't free block any of my creatures. If your creature's a 4/4 and you're like, oh, ha ha ha, you swing your commander at me, I'm going to just kill him. No, you're not. You can't block with that creature. That keyword is usually called Skulk. So he makes reach into both Vigilance, doesn't have to tap to attack, and Skulk, can't be blocked by creatures with greater power, as long as all your creatures have reach. And then, as if that wasn't enough, he also says whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Which means if we have 3 opponents, we can draw up to 3 extra cards in a combat, or, if we're really tricky, we can draw up to 6 extra cards in a combat, because
it works.
It does work. Because double strike, or first strike, the damage that a creature does during the first strike round is in a different step. So if a creature has first strike, that means it does damage on the first strike round before most creatures do their damage. It's a really good way for your creature to win combats that it shouldn't. However, if a creature does damage to a player on the first strike round, and then another creature deals damage to a player on the regular round, that's 2 different steps at which 1 or more creatures I control dealt combat damage to a player. So I get to draw 2 cards. So if we give our creatures double strike or first strike, we can draw even more cards than that. And drawing cards is very, very good. Especially in green-white, which has a little bit of trouble drawing cards consistently. Green draws cards in great big bursts, but that's about it. So I put together a little list. However, I'm not super satisfied with it because it's a little bit directionless and it sometimes has trouble closing out the game after I'm clearly in a favorable position. So I think we need to focus the deck a little more. And I think the way we're going to do that is we're going to go for a more distinct game plan. Rather than just putting a bunch of good creatures with reach in, I think... let's go over to Scryfall, which is a database of every Magic card. And let's look for
I love it.
power. And the idea is white. There we go. Wave of Reckoning is a really interesting card. It says each creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. So now, most creatures you find are going to have equal power and toughness. Or maybe they'll even have a little more power than toughness. 1/1, 6/4, 1/1, 2/2, 2/1, 3/2, 6/6. Like this is a 2/3. So if we include a bunch of these reach creatures that have what we call big butts, because they have more, more toughness than power, then if we play Wave of Reckoning, we will clear most of our opponent's creatures and none of ours. Very fun. So Wave of Reckoning is something we want to add. Invoke the Ancients is a fun spell. For 5 mana we get 2 4/5s, and we, for each of them, put your choice of a Vigilance counter, a Reach counter, or a Trample counter on it. So of course we put Reach counters on them. 5 mana for 2 4/5s that do our game plan. Really good. What's up, Colbridge? So I think...
Whatever.
Wow. Already? So I think we're going to first take out everything that has equal power and toughness, or greater power than toughness. Put these in like a into the maybe board, which is sort of our
Wrong.
doing it wrong. Well, how would you do it? Put it in the maybe board. The maybe board is maybe we wanted to put this in at some point, but probably not. I love this New Capenna soundtrack. Very fun. Okay, that's good. Those are good. This is kind of a spider tribal deck, because a lot of the spiders do the thing where they have reach, because of course they take down things that have flying, and they have greater toughness than power. It's just a thing that they give to spiders. Okay. Oh, Kasali Ambusher is really funny. If a creature is attacking you, and you control a forest and a plains, you can play this without paying its mana cost, and as though it had flash. So basically, if somebody attacks you while you have a forest and a plains, and you have this in your hand, you just put it down on the board for free. You don't even have to block with it. You can just do that. Oh, yep, we got it. White camp. Okay. Bird Admirer. That seems funny. Let's get the version of that actually has color in it. There we go. This one too. I don't like these ones that are like black and white. There we go. Kicking button Zelda, I'm sure. Oh yes, gotta be. Every day. Okay, so this one, yeah, this one has equal. Get it out of here. This one has equal. Get it out of here. Screwed Colony, get it out of here. Noose Constrictor is pretty funny.
Get out, you ugly prototype!
Yeah, get out of here! Yep, I'm not going with that one. That one's equal. I'm worried that we're taking out a lot of our low... Well, no, I guess these are all low mana cost. Llanowar Elves is just a good thing to have. 1 mana, and you get another thing that taps for mana. I also like this one too. You have to tap it and another untapped creature you control, but you get a mana of any color. And it's got reach, so it works for our deck. I thought this was supposed to be the instrumental version of the songs. You know what? We're listening to this because this is Jonathan Young, and he is an amazing singer. Let me know if the lyrics are going to be too like distracting. Okay. Right, Avacyn's Pilgrim is also good because it adds our other color, white. Who? Jonathan Young is a singer that I have absolutely fallen in love with his music lately. And he just has this awesome voice and he makes really cool music. I'll post his really cool album Starship Velociraptor in the Discord later. It is pretty cool. I love Stonecoil Serpent. It's so good. It's reach, trample, protection from multicolored. You can cast it for anything, even just X's 1. Got someone to Beat Saber to Snake Eater today. That's awesome. Yep. Duke's also over there. He was a little bit on edge recently since he is kawaii. He was a little bit on edge recently because people were going in and out of his house, but the AC is finally installed. It works like a charm. It is wonderful, and I love it. No more super hot days in this house. So Boseiju Reaches Skyward is something they did from Kamigawa Nihon Dynasty, a recent set, where it's a saga, but the third and final part of the saga is to make it into an enchantment creature. And Branch of Boseiju is pretty good. +1/+1 for each land you control. Makes it big real fast. However, it doesn't fit. It doesn't have greater toughness than power. So we might take it out. Let's put it in the sideboard. But Sriracha loves it even more. She was loving it so much, it was like even too cold for her. What's up, 11? Yeah, gotta bundle up now. I love Hidden Spider. This is like, you can tell this is a really old card. I think at the bottom there it says 1998 is when this card came out. Hidden Spider. It's 1 green, and it says whenever a creature with flying enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, if this is an enchantment, it becomes a 3/5 spider with reach. So it's just, you put it down and it's not a creature, it's just a little enchantment, and then as soon as somebody plays something with flying, bam, it's a big old spider. It's really good. And it's only 1 green, so you can play it so easily. Just like throw it out of your hand. Yeah, we got the AC. Assault formation is awesome. So this is another part of our game plan. cards that say each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. So we want a bunch of cards that do this because, like I said, if we have all these creatures like you know, the Bird Admirer, right? 1 power, 4 toughness. But if we have that in play, it's a 4/4 that can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or greater. It's awesome. It becomes this big evasive creature that then doesn't tap when it attacks, gets me a card when it inevitably hits because you can't block it. Like, yeah. And if we have these effects in play, not only are we having all these like free swings, but they're doing real damage. Spider is good, but it can be better. That's not real. That can't be real. Or like that's super zoomed in or something. That looks like a party store spider. Oh man. This spider looks cool. Let's see what else. Careful Cultivation. Careful Cultivation is awesome. It's 3 mana for an aura that can enchant artifact or creature, but you want to put it on a creature. Because it says as long as enchanted permanent is a creature, it gets +1/+3 and has reach and has tap, add green. So you make something into a mana dork, you give it better stats, and you give it reach in case you for some reason have a creature that doesn't have reach. Or I can pay 2 mana and discard this card to instead make a little green mana dork. That link is staying green. Why are your links green? Curse of Clinging Webs is awesome. You put it on a player, and whenever something they control dies, it doesn't go to the graveyard. It goes straight to exile, and I get a spider. I love the flavor text on this card as well. Claire realized too late why no one ever took the shortcut through the abandoned mill. Mana dork, never heard that term before? Oh yeah, that's just the term for like a dude who literally does nothing but tap for mana. So like, you know, Llanowar Elves, 1 power, 1 toughness. You're not going to use it to attack or to block. It's just a little dork that makes you mana. If you saw that spider in your home, would you be freaked out or not bothered? I feel like I would not recognize it as an animal, Colbridge. If it wasn't moving, I'd be like, is that like a party store, like Halloween spider? If it moved, I would probably call someone. I would like leave the house and call someone. I would not be in the house anymore. It would not be safe for me to be in the house. Duelist's Heritage is just a great enchantment. It's only 3 mana, and it says whenever 1 or more creatures attack, you may have target attacking creature gain double strike until end of turn. Like I said, double strike is great for us because it means we can draw more cards. Gauntlets of Light helps us get things to assign combat damage equal to toughness rather than power. It's maybe not great in this deck because it only does it for 1 creature, and we're trying to do it for all our creatures. So this is on our list of like, if something's got to go, this is going first. Spider Silk Armor. Creatures you control get +0/+1 and have reach. Pretty good, like, you know, if we make that little mana dork token, or if we play that Llanowar Elves, you know, it'll now fit into our game plan better. It hardly weighs anything, but it takes all day to remove. Is that 11? Wait, which one? Oh, this one? Maybe. Treefolk Umbra. This is good because it has totem armor. So if you put an Umbra, which is usually what they call the auras that have totem armor on, and the creature that it's on would be destroyed, instead you get to remove all damage from it and destroy this aura instead. So say, you know, somebody, like, for some reason, my commander is out with Treefolk Umbra on, and somebody gets through Hexproof or whatever, and says Dalsum takes 10 damage or whatever. Well, okay, he's not going to live through that. He's going to die. Except Treefolk Umbra says, since it would be destroyed, it instead isn't, and Treefolk Umbra is destroyed, and I would much rather give up Treefolk Umbra than my commander or a really important creature. And thus, it'll also discourage people from even trying it, right? They'll know, I'm not going to use my removal spell on the thing with Treefolk Umbra on it, because I'm just going to waste it. People won't even try unless they have 2, like, double removal to get rid of it. Speaking of Umbra... What are you talking about, 11? It looks like a Halloween wall decoration, but if it moved, I'd probably run to the fire department. Yeah, run to get the fire department. True Conviction is also just a really good, like, white win condition card. It's 6 mana, so it's pretty hard to cast, but it says creatures you control have double strike and lifelink. So not only are you hitting hard, lifelink says whenever a creature you control deals damage, you gain that much life.
You're doing it wrong.
So they're dealing double their damage, and you're gaining all of that double damage as life. Very good. Hey, look, if you think I'm doing it wrong, I would love to hear some suggestions. Nature's Claim is just a good card to have in a green deck. Destroy target artifact or enchantment its controller gains 4 life. That's for stuff like this. If your opponent plays True Conviction or another card that's equally cool and game-changing, for 1 green, I can just be like, that's destroyed. You gain 4 life, oh well. I'd rather you have 4 more life than your creatures having double strike and lifelink. Just talking shit. Oh yeah, I know. I put it there. I enabled that redeem. I knew what I was doing. We're just bantering. Swords and Path are 2 good cards in white. They both exile any creature for 1 white. So for 1 white, you just get rid of a problem, and even one that's indestructible. Because it's not being destroyed, it's being exiled, which is different. You have to give them something for each of these. Swords gives you life equal to its power, and Path gives them a free land. But it's probably better than their game-winning creature. True Conviction has Simon on it. I think that's Gideon? This command was a good idea, Megamania. I'm sorry that you don't want to, but you know, just do what I do and think. Just think how many magic cards this is gonna buy me. It might be different for you, but you know. Oh, it looks like Simon Belmont. Actually, yeah, I see that with the whip and everything. Yeah. Man, that reminds me, we gotta watch more Castlevania. Soraya and I started Castlevania on Netflix, and we watched the first season, which is only 4 episodes, but it's very good. Eladamri's? Yeah, Eladamri's Call is green and white. You get to search for any creature and put it right in your hand. Very good. It can help me get a creature that'll help me, like, finish out the game. Like Sweet Gum Recluse, which when we cast it gets us another spell, and yeah. Aladdin. Actually, hold on, is Aladdin a card? There is. Yes. You want me to add Aladdin? That's a real magic card. And he actually has kind of a good effect 1 red tap, and you get to steal an artifact for as long as you control Aladdin. There's also Aladdin's Ring, which is one of the most hilariously underpowered cards in all of Magic. You have to pay 8 mana to cast it, and then once it's on the field, you have to pay 8 mana and tap it to deal 4 damage to a target. It's so bad. Just like the movie, yeah, you go steal a thing. Wow, you can actually buy this card for 67 cents. Incredible.
It works.
It does. It works. Okay, we've got Return to Nature, which is just another really good card to have in case of problems. You destroy an artifact, an enchantment, or exile a card from a graveyard, and it's instant speed. So if somebody's like, hey, I'm gonna real quick do this bullshit thing where I take an enormous creature out of the graveyard and put it right into play, you can be like, no, you're not, because that creature's not in your graveyard. Bye-bye. Reject city, return to nature, exactly. There we go. Unbreakable Formation is also a great staple white card for when you've got a deck that has white and needs to protect a lot of creatures. A board wipe really destroys this deck. You don't recover from it very quickly because there's not a lot of recursion. And a board wipe is any card that's going to take a bunch of creatures off the board at once. So with Unbreakable Formation, if we're holding this in our hand and we keep 3 mana open, we can say creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. So whatever you were destroying my creatures with, not going to work. And then if we're also, it's really useful also, if we're trying to close out the game because we think we're winning, you can cast this during your main phase, put a 1/1 counter on each of those creatures. So you can just make everything on your board just 1 bigger, just to try and squeeze out that last bit of damage and win. We've got a couple planeswalkers in here. This one, of course, has that each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. There's got to be a better art for that. Yeah, that's way better. Is this the... Oh, there's like a Japanese version. Neat. Okay. It's because you don't have Robin Williams as well, yeah. No, there's... Well, I think there are some Genie cards, actually. Although they're spelled in the classic way. Oh, here's the Genie of the Lamp. Once they learn the trick of carrying their own lamps, they never touch the ground again. I just got a new yokai watch from my throne, but it's it's Japanese, so I have no idea what it's saying. Oh no. Yeah, there's some really interesting Jin cards actually. Actually, that's a creature type, so we can just do T Jin, and we can see every creature that has the type Jin. There's Elsha of the Infinite. This is actually really cool. This is a cool deck. You get red, blue, and white. This thing has prowess, so whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn.
Prototype.
You can look at the top card of your library anytime, and you can cast any non-creature spell from the top of your library as though it had flash. So you can cast it on anyone's turn, not just yours. So the top of your deck is like this special zone where you can cast a spell at any time. You can surprise people with it. Very cool red, white, blue commander. I love the soundtrack. Wouldn't Robin Williams be a Djinn of Wishes? I mean, actually, yeah, maybe. The Djinn of Wishes. Enters the battlefield with 3 wish counters on it. Oh, this is actually really cool. 2 blue, blue, you remove a wish counter, so you only get these 3 times. You reveal the top card of your library, and you can play it without paying its mana cost. And if you don't, you have to exile it. So you pay 4 mana, and then you hope you flip something that's bigger than 4 mana. You know, you hope to flip your Omniscience, which is like I think a 10 mana spell that puts an enchantment in play that says you can cast spells from your hand without paying their mana costs, which just means everything in your hand is free. It's a game-winning blue card. Yeah, and no wishing for more wishes. Not only did the trailer for Sonic Omen's final episodes drop, but the episodes themselves dropped. Game's done. Ooh, I'll have to get on that before Sega comes and ruins it. Alright, but we got a little distracted talking about Aladdin and genies. Okay. So Quatley is great. Vivian, I think we're taking this card out. It says you can look at the top card of your library anytime. You can cast creature spells from the top of your library, which is kind of cool. Means we have an extra little bit of our hand. But the plus is create a 3/3 green beast, and you can put a reach counter on it, but equal power and toughness. Her -2 is also very good. When you cast your next creature spell this turn, you can search your library for a creature card with lesser converted mana cost, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. So whenever you cast a creature, you get another creature of your choice that's a little bit smaller for free. Sega ain't Nintendo, they're not gonna strike it, maybe. I mean, I don't want to take the chance, right? So, yeah, Vivian's on, like, she's good, but does she fit the deck? I kind of don't think so. We've got Cultivate and Rampant Growth, 2 green cards to help you get more lands. Just very good. Sylvan Awakening helps you close out the game, because it makes all of your lands into 2/2 elementals, with Reach, Indestructible, and Haste. So they are... You know, you get a bunch of creatures, although you have to tap them to attack them, so. But this is also good because Dalsum says whenever a creature you control with reach attacks, untap it. So you don't mind that all of your lands have to tap to attack, because you untap them and can just spend them later. Sonic Triple Trouble got a fan-made 16-bit remake. I actually know about that because when I was typing the category Sonic Triple Trouble, it was like 16-bit, and I was like, what? Yeah. Why did it not like that? That's weird. The bot's acting up. Okay, and then our artifacts over here, we of course have Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Selesnya Signet. Those all just make mana. Talisman of Unity makes mana. Bow of Nylea is fun. Attacking creatures you control have Death Touch. It's pretty easy to cast, and our attacking creatures having Death Touch just gives them that little bit more protection. So even if people wanted to double block to kill, or if they had good blocks, they might think twice about doing it. I'm guessing because I accidentally sent that as a reply to Colbridge. Ooh, okay, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, so it must have read that message weird. Okay, huh. Quietus Spike is just a rude card that that is an alternate way to win the game for us. So equipped creature has Death Touch, and whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses half of their life rounded up. It's rough to get hit with Quietus Spike, especially a Quietus Spike with Double Strike. Means you're gonna lose half of your life rounded up, and then you're gonna lose half of the life you have left rounded up. So you're basically gonna lose 75% of your life. if a double striking Quiet as Spike creature hits you. That's, yeah, very rude. And it's only like $3. It's a very good card. Okay. We also have EDH Rec open, which is an awesome website with a bunch of resources for making commander decks. Only on 157 decks for Dalsim. People don't care about Dalsim. I think we'll put this guy in. Because he doesn't have reach, but he has the thing that we want. And we have the ability to give some of our creatures reach. So if we have him out, there's a possibility he could get reach on his own as well. We won't have the initiative to do his second ability, but really we just want him for his first ability. Each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. What's his name? Rasad. There we go. Okay, there was something else in here. I'm sure we have all these, like, spiders. Deadly Recluse. Do we actually not? How do we not have Deadly Recluse in here? Oh. There we go. Oh. It is already in the deck. How come I can't see it? Because I'm blind. Okay, got it. I dreamt last night you did a sleep stream but got banned for snoring too loud. Mods can't stand me. Amazing. Bless you. Okay. We don't want to put E Honda in there, because not only does he not have reach, he says each creature assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power, so our opponent's creatures as well, which makes our ability to not be blocked by creatures with greater power not really do much. It kind of messes up our game plan. So we, unfortunately, we don't want to get another Street Fighter in here. This is the only other Street Fighter we could put in here. Why are there Capcom Magic cards? They did a secret lair. They did a secret lair with a bunch of with all the World Warriors as Magic cards. Let's see. Oh no. Does this work? Why are these images so small? There we go. So there they are. There's all the Street Fighters. Chun-Li, yep. And Chun-Li has the ability Multi-Kicker, which is an actual ability. They didn't invent this for Street Fighter. That's an ability that's in the game. But of course, her card has it. She's really cool. When she enters the battlefield, you get a bunch of instants in your graveyard. These like instant spells that you cast. You get a bunch of them out of your graveyard. As many as you can pay for. And then whenever she attacks, you copy each exiled card you own with a kick counter on it, and you may cast the copies. So whenever she attacks, you get all those cards, all those instants, and you're able to cast them all again. You have to pay their mana costs, but you can cast all of them every time she attacks. So you play like instant Voltron. That's very cool. Is that just in reference to having to mash kick for lightning kicks, which is the only move that uses that, and is her other card ability? Yeah. Like, of course, Dalsim has reach, because he stretches. Guile Guile the creature gets charge counters, because in the game, to do Guile's inputs, you have to hold down or hold back, which is called, in the game, charging the input. Yeah, I wonder why her ability has something to do with kicking, yeah. So he whenever he enters the battlefield or attacks, you can put a charge counter on him or remove one from him. And when you remove a counter this way, you either get to do 4 damage to any target, Sonic Boom, or Flash Kick, where he gains lifelink and indestructible until end of turn. Because he's invincible when he's doing Flash Kick. It's really good. Fake Guile card, he doesn't have down back as a skill. Yeah. E Honda is pretty cool. He's a 0/7, but he says as long as it's your turn, each creature assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. So you sumo fight. And then whenever he attacks, up to 100 target creatures each get +0/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your hand. So he beefs everybody up. Ryu and Ken. Ryu is a 2/4 and Ken is a 4/2, which is funny. They're mirrors of each other. Ryu gets to Hadoken things. He gets to untap because the untap symbol looks like a quarter circle forward. And he deals damage equal to his power to any target. If excess damage was dealt to a creature this way, you draw a card. Oh no, Coleridge. Don't do this to me. Ken can get first strike, and whenever he deals combat damage, you can cast a sorcery spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to that damage without paying its mana cost. So whenever he hits hard, you can also cast some sort of like spell out of your hand. Pretty cool. Blanca, he has trample as long as you cast 3 or more spells this turn. And whenever he becomes the target of a spell, he gets +2/+2 until end of turn and deals 2 damage to each opponent. So every time you target him with a spell, whether it's an opponent's spell or one of your own spells, he beefs himself up and he zaps everybody else. So you want to cast stuff on him. You can even cast lightning bolts, like, you know, damage effects from your hand at him, because he'll get the bonus first and do the damage to everybody else. So you can literally lightning bolt him to make him more powerful. Again, very flavorful and very cool. The 3 errors. Well, there's an extra E in 3. There should be an extra R in errors. And there aren't 3 errors, there are 2. Right? Yeah, Esper's got it too. This statement is false. Don't think about it, don't think about it, don't think about it. Zangief is a 7/4. He must be blocked if able. You can't choose to not block him. And if it's your turn, Zangief has indestructible. He also says whenever he deals damage to a creature, if that creature was dealt excess damage this turn, that creature's controller sacrifices a non-creature, non-land permanent. So every time he attacks, you have to block him if you can. He's indestructible, so it doesn't matter what you block him with, he's not going to die. And if he can deal more damage than the creature has toughness, that creature's controller has to sacrifice something they have. Has to be an enchantment or an artifact. Or a planeswalker. So he is mean. He's big and mean and cannot be stopped. It is awesome. We might be brewing Zangief if we have some time, although I've been just sitting here talking about Magic cards, so we haven't done much adding to Dalsim. So back to Dalsim. We want all these damage equal to its toughness rather than its power for us. It's to call out how there's nothing in that statement to be true or false. That or what false means isn't clarified, so it can refer to being or not being a proper sentence. Yeah, I guess so. I don't think we put Chain Web Arachnir in here, did we? That seems good. No, we did. I think we put 100-handed one in here. The 100-handed one is fun. It's a 3/5 with vigilance, and if you pay 3 white, it gets monstrosity 3. You get 3 1/1 counters on it, and it gets reach, and it can block additional 99 creatures each combat. It can block 100 creatures with its 100 hands. So if we pay into its monstrosity, it'll have reach, and it'll be pretty big. It'll be a 6/8? Can he be defeated? It is very doubtful. I love how 8-Ball always has to give you specifically a non-answer first. Oh yeah, Endurance is one I was looking at. I wanted to add. It's a 3/4 with reach. It also has Flash, and when it enters the battlefield, up to one target player puts all the cards from their graveyard on the bottom of their library in any order, which is good in 2 ways. Since it has Flash, you can screw up somebody trying to use their graveyard for stuff, or you can put all of the cards from your graveyard back into your deck. Oh, it is a $46 card? Never mind. That's why it's not in there. Birds of Paradise has less power than toughness. Belligerent Brontodon has less power than toughness, and says each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. It's just kind of expensive on mana, 5 green white, and doesn't have reach. But I think it can go in, at least for now. At least until we've got too many cards in there. Was that the end of my playlist? No, it was not. I put Fuser into game suggestions. Not sure if you can unlock the countless DLC songs through gameplay. But if you're interested, the base game's like 25. 25-20. I make a Texas Hold'em joke, but I think it would be a flop. Oh, jeez. Well, it's a good thing you checked. This guy's got less power than toughness. But his ability doesn't really work with our deck. Blight Widow is in the deck and is mean. It's a 2/4 with reach and infect. It deals damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters, and to players in the form of poison counters. Poison counters say, if you have 10 poison counters, you lose the game. So whenever this hits, it'll give 2 poison counters, and you'll be 1/5 dead. And you can't block it with something that it won't kill. Okay, what else we got? Do we have Halana? I don't think her ability is very good. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you can pay 2 to have that creature deal damage equal to its power to target creature. we're picking it. We're intentionally picking creatures with a low power. So Pale Recluse is kind of neat. Although it is a 4/5 for 6 mana, which is not great. Arachnogenesis is awesome. Put X 1/2 green spider tokens with reach onto the battlefield, where X is the number of creatures attacking you, and prevent all damage that would be dealt this turn by non-spider creatures. And we have a lot of spiders in the deck already. So let's put Arachnogenesis in there. That's fun. Oops. Tower defense, also pretty good. Creatures you control get +0/+5 and gain reach until end of turn. That's good when we put all those damage equal to toughness in there. Oops, tower defense, there we go. Oregon, more like Oregon? What? Oh boy. Let's see. This helps you draw a lot of cards or kill a lot of stuff, but look at this art for rampant growth. Ooh, Fell the Mighty is also a good asynchronous board wipe. Destroy all creatures with power greater than target creature's power. Oh, I think there's also Slaughter the Strong I was thinking about putting in. Each player chooses any number of creatures they control with total power 4 or less, then sacrifices all other creatures they control. It's only 3 mana for this. And you can only keep up to 4 power. But like for us, we get to keep Dhalsim and 3 more power. Like, you know, if we have like a Rasta, whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery, you make a spider with reach. Like, we get to keep Arasta and Dhalsim. It might be worth putting in. Although, like, killing other players' creatures is not something we're super concerned about since we block so easily. Oh, this is interesting. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. You can put a creature card from among them on the battlefield, and if you like sadly got a small creature, you just get an additional 3 1/1 counters on it. Or it's a land on the back. We don't need Lightning Greaves and Swiftfoot Boots, which are normally auto-includes in every commander deck, because what they do is you put them on your commander, and it gives it either Hexproof or Shroud. Hexproof says it can't be the target of spells or abilities your opponents control. Shroud just says it can't be the target of any spells or abilities. And normally that's really good because a lot of people will build their decks around their commanders. So if you can only remove one thing, you remove their commander. I have an air conditioning unit and 2 fans on in my room. It's made no difference. Cookie, I'm so sorry. Mask of Memory is interesting. Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you can draw 2 cards if you do discard a card, since we're trying to hit players and draw cards. But I think we do that fine already. From what I've seen playtesting this, the early version of the Dalsum deck, you get a lot of cards. Let's see. Spider Umbra. It's a flavor win since we got a lot of spiders. Oh, this one's a bot. Yeah. Yeah, these spiders have some big butts. Yeah, this one is nails and kneecaps. The lyrics for this one are really good too. Are you great enough or not? Let me just remind you, kid, in case you forgot that nails and kneecaps built this city. Fists and hammers run this town. Rolling with each punch ain't pretty, but glitz and glamour's gonna let you down. Fine, you sing it then. Okay. What else?
I love it.
Cookie, take the mic. Each player can't cast more than 1 spell each turn. So rude. Oh yeah, Frog Tongue, the card with the worst art in all of Magic. Seriously terrible. Just look at that guy. Okay. Do we have all the good and cheap green-white non-basics? Hopefully we do. Canopy Vista, Sun Petal Grove. Temple Garden, $12. Nope. Ooh, Bountiful Promenade. Pretty good. Put that in there. I see we were building magic, but what's Sriracha up to? Well, you know. Breath of the Wild stuff. But he's a good kisser. Oh, yeah. Got the frog tongue guy. Speaking to Slowcate earlier today about work, and she introduced me to the 2-fan technique. Oh. Having 2 fans. No cap, all caps. Being a master gamer, oh yeah. Yeah, she's just like easily taking down like stone taluses now. Nothing scares her anymore. Overgrown Farmland, do we have that? Yep, we have that one. Let's see. There's Branch Loft, Boulder Loft. which you can play as either a plains or a forest. Could get that. Although it does add $5 to the cost. Bet Sriracha's secretly doing school stuff, but pretending to play Switch, she's doing it wrong. You've been into the count lately, huh, Colbridge? I do love that, though. That was one of my dad's favorite jokes as well. Fortified Village, maybe? Yeah, let's do Fortified Village. Fortified Village, it does both of our colors, and it says, as it enters, you may reveal a forest or plains card from your hand, and if you don't, it enters the battlefield tapped. So there's a good chance you could enter it untapped. I think that's it for cheap enough lands. You could do the Selesnya Sanctuary. That's a relatively cheap one. Sanctuary, there we go. And there was also Croson Verge? Enters tapped, pay 2 and tap it to search for a forest and a plains, put them on the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. Could be alright. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. What's that bring us up to? 97. I think. Oh, wait. Is our playlist done? Okay, our playlist is now done. What about the Kamigawa? I think Double Strike and whatnot is probably not where we want to take this. I think we want to get more assigns combat damage to toughness type effects. So let's see if we can find more of those. So cards that say combat damage and cards that say toughness, and they have to fit in the green-white deck. Let's see. Oh, I think we've got them all. Actually, yeah. Assault Formation, Belligerent Bronodon, Boatli, Rasad. Man, this one goes hard. Okay. Ooh, Sortier redeems Spin the Wheel. I suppose we could spin the wheel. Why not? So maybe we do want Double Strike. We get the Adam Magic card prize. Hey, I mean, I'm streaming. If you want to like give me a suggestion for cards or whatnot, go ahead. I would love to hear it. Okay, let's get this wheel out here. Pause our music real quick. What's up, TD Mender? Alright, let's give it a spin. Here we go. Sortier's won a fantastic prize. What kind of prize has Sordior won? What kind of prize can we get him? No prize too great for my buddy Sordior. What do we got? A fan fiction reading. Oh boy. There's probably a lot of Magic fan fiction. Okay. Sordior wins $5. $5. Okay. Okay. Was it Misk?
Whatever.
No? Would it be in games? Yep, it's in games. Okay.
Get out, you ugly prototype.
Cobridge, let's read something that won't get me banned. How about that? I fell in the washing machine. Oh no. Okay. Okay, let's find a good fan fiction here.
Oh my god.
We're doing Magic fan fiction. Yeah.
What? What?
You're doing it wrong.
I'm doing it wrong. Oh no.
You're doing it wrong.
Oh no, these are all good.
You got a great.
Why are these all good? They're too good. Johnny 5 Mayo. Man,
Just like go straight to page 11.
I guess that'll just be like the oldest stuff. Not that one.
You don't think so?
No.
Can they see this screen that you're scrolling through right now or not?
No, thankfully not. Just yet. This one's description is, "Hey guys, I'm making a fan fiction." That one's pretty good. Okay, yep, this is the one.
This is it. This is the one.
Sordiar wrote, "Once upon a time, Nicol Bolas was all, I will rule the world." It was really scary. Fortunately, Jace the Mind Sculper had recently discovered an ancient art of card games that allows even incredibly powerful entities to succumb to the fate of luck and money skill. So he went to meet his pal, Izzet, master of math, to figure out the perfect mathematical deck to prove to be the strongest of them all. Then they boarded a motorcycle, as all card games must be played while in motion, and equipped their card display hand players. Okay. Okay, here we go. I found us a fan fiction to read. This fan fiction is called "The Storm of Mana: Trouble in Kaladesh." Okay, introduction. It was a cold night. The moon was glimmering. The Kaladeshi people were in peace. In Zainhoof, a small town in Kaladesh, were two men, one a miner and one a townsmith. Their names were Jade and Gideon. They were two ordinary planeswalkers in Kaladesh until the evil planeswalker Arzakan captured Jade and turned Jade against his free will. Will Jade be trapped by the powers of Arzakan? Find out in Storm of Mana: Trouble in Kaladesh.
Oh, they're really hooking us in.
Yeah! Let's go. Oh, Duke pets? Oh, we do have some Duke pets to do. Okay, hold on. No reading ahead. Where'd he go? Oh, he's down there. We're gonna have to pet him off camera. His chair was unfortunately stolen by a very rude and terrible man.
That's true. Yeah, Jesus is a rude and terrible man. You heard it here, folks.
I am petting his belly.
That's true, he is.
No way. Look at yourself.
You got a great butt.
Gross, and I'm not rewarding.
I love it.
Don't associate those. Better not.
I'm sort of put another chapter of
Oh.
what I can only assume is his personal fanfic.
You got a great butt.
I'm an expert of magic lore, says Sordier. Nico Bolas, in all his pride, was not one to refuse any match it was time to duel. Unfortunately, they drew an unexpected card, Pot of Greed, and none knew what it did. Stuck in a mystery, both powers drove into the Shadow Realm to be trapped for eternity. The world was saved, but Nico Bolas swore vengeance. Next time he win, as he put on his sunglasses.
Sunglasses.
Amazing. Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, here we go. Chapter 1. Once upon a time, there were two planeswalkers. Jade and Gideon. Didn't we already go through this?
Well,
They both
this
li-
is the first chapter. We gotta make sure we reestablish.
Okay.
In case we forgot.
They both lived in the plain of Kaladesh. It was a rather peaceful town, full of creatures and planeswalkers allied. Anyway, one day... Anyways, one day Jade wanted to... Who's... Okay, wait, no.
Jade and Gideon.
Oh, this is not Jace. This is
No,
Jade.
Jade.
Okay.
One letter different.
Jade wanted to go out for an adventure. Gideon! Exclaimed Jade. Where did you put the Sorcerer's Stone again? I put it on your wardrobe, Gideon said calmly. Why do you need it anyway? Said Gideon. I'm going on a quest. Where? To the 5 mountains of mana. I'm flying to Eldritch. There was an earthquake, volcano, and tsunami all going on at the same time. Rumors has it Arzakon is the god of disasters. It was probably a way to weaken the Wizards of Mana so Arzakon can take them easily. That sounds horrific, says Gideon. It sure is, replied Jade.
I like how, like, we're doing that thing where they say something and then they say how they said it.
Yeah, said Gideon.
And they do it like 3 times in a row, and then we just go, but like this whole conversation,
yeah,
without really giving us who's saying any of this stuff.
Yeah, no, not. Oh, by the way, we're already on chapter 2.
Little tiny chapters, little baby chapters.
Okay. Jade packed his bag full of extra sorceries and instants, and just bag in his bag with they really are using cards. In case Arzakon's powers and creatures were too strong for Jade to handle, once his bag was packed, he handed over the house keys to Gideon and flew on his broom to Eldritch. That was the whole first sentence. On his way there, he passed some iconic landmarks and towns like Shadows over Innistrad. Is that a town?
That's not no.
I think I think that was a part of the story. Chandra Palace. Also, I think not a place.
Thermos.
Thermos.
I think they meant Theros.
Thermos. And other places. When he arrived at Eldritch, he was surprised. Mossy places, bridges, and cords that looked like they were about to snap, and about 50,000 other planeswalkers. That's a lot of planeswalkers, dude.
A lot of planeswalkers.
Jade wasn't used to this type of architecture. Back in Kaladesh, it was pretty small and relatively clean, so for Jade, he was mind-boggled of the sights that he saw. But that wasn't what Jade was here for. He was here for the mana. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment if you want me to make a full story. P.S. I'm a new user and I'm 10. Please don't harass or bully me.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Alright, there you go.
I was only here for the mana.
I'm only here for the mana.
Where are you at with this?
We're 96 cards. We have every relevant card that gives all of our creatures, but not theirs, toughness rather than power or combat damage.
Okay.
I'm thinking of just adding a bunch more like
The fairies protection.
yeah, I'm trying not to break the bank here. I saw this card that was it was like it had more toughness than power, it had reach, it had like a neat effect. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, why didn't I put this in the deck? It's a $40 card. It's Endurance.
Oh yeah, fuck that. Put an Elishnorn in. Fuck it.
Yeah. Did Rasad
Yeah.
come from the D&D set? Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Rasad Bashir. Yeah, he's pretty good. I'll never have the initiative. Unless somebody else introduces it, but yeah. Okay, see ya, Colbridge. Don't worry, I won't be streaming much longer than this anyway. He's in Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, yeah.
You got a great butt.
I'm gonna assume you mean Rasad does, since of course he has 3 more toughness than power. He's got a big butt. So I'm thinking of just putting in more like double strike into the deck, like first strike, so that we can get more cards.
Or you could. How are you for drawing? I mean, without like if you're behind, how do you get ahead? How do you get back?
If Dalsum's not on the board, we're not drawing.
Yeah.
Like,
So if somebody is actively killing your Dalsum, do you have protection for Dalsum?
Dalsum just has hexproof unless he's attacking.
Oh fuck! I forgot. God, that's stupid.
Yeah, so just don't ever attack with Dalsum. He's a commander that comes with the boots stapled on.
Yeah, that's fucked up. And they couldn't give Honda a second color, huh?
Nope.
I mean, do you have any just raw card draw?
No, we could put like a Shamanic Revelation in there.
Shamanic Revelation's good. Do you have like are a lot of your creatures are not humans, right?
That yeah.
No.
The little ones are humans. The bigger ones will be
Like
spiders.
and shit.
Yeah.
You could put a
Actually, I guess the little ones are elves.
yeah.
This one kind of breaks the
You know,
rule.
you could put a Beastmaster Ascension in this deck. You're pretty frequently attacking with 4 or 5 things at once, and +5/+5 ain't nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
Beastmaster, and it's not a super expensive card if I remember correctly.
I think the problem is that gives them a bunch of power, and then they can be blocked.
Oh, right.
Because what we want to do is like sneak by with a little power, and then smash for heavy damage because of the toughness thing, and get cards.
Got it. I forgot that the power mattered.
Yeah, yeah. Sortier said, "Remember, Dalsum's annoying to fight in Street Fighter. They had to keep that appeal. Yeah, that's his defining trait. He has to be annoying."
Annoying and wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe gonna try like creatures and double strike. Sliver creatures you control have double strike. Flaming Fist, but I don't want to attack with Dalsum, so.
Yeah. Chroma's Will is good. Top right.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, concerted effort. Yeah,
Because it gives everything reach.
true, yeah.
Or
Wait, does it?
No, it does not.
Oh. But it gives them all fear, though.
If something has fear.
Yeah, that's what yeah.
Yeah. And
Fear, but not
you know,
reach.
First Strike Vigilance, Odric does the same thing. I mean, there's some keyword soup stuff happening here.
Yeah.
Reasonably certain Odric gives reach. Yeah, reach in the bottom there.
Oh, yeah.
So Odric isn't bad.
Yeah, he does have the... We're trying to make sure if we have a creature, it has more toughness than power. So we can do stuff like... What was the one I just added?
Like the wipes.
Yeah, Wave of Reckoning.
Yeah.
I love this as an asymmetric board wipe.
You could put a 100-handed one in.
Yeah, I think I did. Wait, did I not?
I don't know.
Oh, I think I talked about putting it in and then didn't put it in. Yeah, we definitely need that in there. Yeah. It's kind of annoying to Monstrosity, but...
I mean, you don't even have to Monstrosity.
Yeah.
It's kind of just a good value creature. It's a 4-mana 3/5.
Yeah.
It's a good like mid-game blocker, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, it doesn't have to. Not everything in the deck has to contribute to the win, necessarily.
Yeah.
You know, value isn't a bad thing. Your conviction?
Yeah, we've got that in there.
Okay.
It's just a good white win.
Yeah. you have a you have a Scooze in there, Scavenging Ooze. That's just a generically good green card.
What's that one?
Scavenging Ooze. Deals with threats in graveyards. I'm just trying to think of things you might have missed, even though it's not specifically the thing you're doing.
We do have some graveyard hate in here. We have
Rest in peace.
Return to Nature and Nature's Claim. Oh wait, no, Nature's Claim
is
doesn't
not very hate.
do it.
Wave 11 does not like the oozes.
Freaking ooze. What does do it? I can't remember. We just went through like everything. Oh, did I take something else? Something out, maybe?
Ooh, I love Kodama of the East Tree in this deck.
Yeah, it does.
You just get a free thing.
It does have reach.
Yeah, it has reach. It just, and I mean, even the way you play it, where it's basically just an enchantment.
Yeah.
Like, it just says when you play a thing, you get a free thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty dumb.
It's pretty good. Okay, yeah, we'll put that back in.
It's just like you're at the point in the deck building where the primary objective of the deck is going to be achieved.
Yeah.
Now you just have to kind of go for value. I would put the Ajani in that says you gain 100 life.
Oh yeah.
You're in green white, and that's pretty funny. Bottom left.
You gain 100 life. Oh, and he pluses to draw a card?
Yeah! Yeah, pluses to draw a card, pluses to make your stuff a little bigger. In a symmetrical way, so your wipes will still work.
This is 2-color.
Yeah.
Why didn't I put this in my 2-color Planeswalker?
I don't know.
Because it gets me Planeswalkers off
Do you
the
have
top.
a better green-white Planeswalker?
Maybe. Maybe I have too much green-white.
I can't think of any green-white Planeswalkers off the top of my head. I don't play those colors that often, so... Yeah, I would put this Ajani in there because he pluses to draw a card, and I don't think he's super expensive. I think he's only a couple bucks.
Yeah. There's so much Ajani, oh my god.
Yes, there is. There's so many Ajanis, too.
Oh, I definitely put this one in.
Yes.
5 loyalty counters on each other Planeswalker you control is really good.
And -2 for Path is pretty fucked.
Oh, and +2 for reveal the top 3, and anything that's an online permanent you get to
Yeah.
keep. So I guess I have a better version.
Yeah.
There's a red-white Ajani?
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. It's the Lando Ajani.
Oh!
Yeah.
Destroy all?
Yeah.
Ooh!
Target player, too, so if you're in a pod, you say, fuck that person in particular.
Target player can't play the fucking game anymore?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a reason you don't see that. It's because if someone plays that card, you pack your shit up and you go to a different place.
Yeah, you make a nice excuse to leave.
No, you say, fuck you, and you leave. Fuck that.
Ooh, Ajani's steadfast. Get up and leave the store.
Honestly, it's so stupid.
Because this gives first strike, which is kind of cool. First strike means, so Dalsum says 1 or more creatures.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm limited by how many different players I can hit on a single damage step.
Right.
So giving them first and double strike helps me draw more cards. That one's kind of nice.
It's nice, but you lose half of the second ability, which is the thing I would think about. The -2, so you don't get the loyalty counter on anything else other than that one other walker you had in the deck.
Yeah.
And that's if you have both of them in play, which is pretty unlikely.
Yeah. Oh, this Ajani is good.
Yeah.
Although I guess it just gains me life. I don't know.
They're good for different purposes.
Yeah.
I think, like, in the most general way, the gain 100 life one is really good for this deck. Just because it makes your stuff a little bigger, it keeps you going.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have Dalsum in play, you can, because it's not minusing, you can play this into an empty board and start gaining some ground.
Yeah.
And if you get to -8 and gain 100 life, that's just pretty neat.
Yeah.
That just means that, oh, guess what? Somehow I'm even more ahead of you than I already was. Yeah, the original printing's like $8.
Yeah.
What does the secret layer look like? Ew.
Oh,
The
it was
chibi
one of the
one. Ugh.
chibi secret layers.
Not a fan.
The Mythic Edition looks good.
Yeah, the Mythic I like.
How come we don't have any non-human planeswalkers anymore?
Jace still exists, and Teferi and Chandra.
No,
and...
any non-human. Like a
Oh!
like they don't, when they're making new planeswalkers, they don't make any more non-human.
That's true, I guess. Well, I mean, they just printed a Tibble in the last set or two ago. He's a devil. Demon? Devil?
Yeah.
Something? Tiefling?
When
I guess Obnixilis is a human again.
Because she says when I was in middle school, I read
love
all
it.
the way through a Nintendo crossover fanfic called Mario's High School Days, and I loved it. Oh yeah, yeah. Fan fiction is great, and I, obviously, whenever I go for fan fiction, I go for like the one that seems the most like wrong, which is just because it's the funniest. And it's funny not because like, oh haha, that person's stupid, but it's because like, you can tell like this person's at the very beginning of their journey. Like they're still making silly mistakes, and the kind of mistakes that we all made when we were growing up. It's the reason why the phrase "in this essay I will tell you about" is such a good phrase, because we all wrote that at some point, and now you would never write anything that says that. Because it's so bad. Okay, yeah, let's do add Mentor of Heroes in there. I don't need to use this anymore.
Surprise.
Hey,
Hello.
how you doing?
Pretty good.
How many more you need?
One more. Oh, actually,
Helix Pinnacle.
Helix Pinnacle. We could move one of those because I added some more lands. Although we do need mana for card draw.
Yeah, no, I like 36 lands.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's your ramp package?
Could maybe use work. I just added Rampant Growth, Cultivate, and some like easy.
Yakudama's Reach.
No.
Same text as Cultivate.
Yeah.
Same mana cost, same text.
Yep.
It's also Animus Awakening that's one of my favorites.
Animus Awakening
And
is fun. Yeah.
Reshape the Earth is one of my new cards that I'm gonna fight for.
Yeah.
Arrow is good too.
Harrow is really good, although without a way to get the land back out of the graveyard, it can be a little scary.
Yeah.
But
You're kind of just reducing your maximum to get more now.
yeah. How many dorks do you have? Like, you can put a birds in here.
Yeah, but birds is like $10.
Oh,
Oh, you know what's good though?
what?
Ornithopter.
Ornithopter of
Yeah.
Paradise?
Ornithopter of Paradise is great. Ornithopter of Paradise is the version of Birds of Paradise that is not $10. It's 2 generic mana. It's 30 cents. It has a bigger butt than power.
Birds, yeah.
It still flies and adds 1 mana of any
Birds
color.
is 0/1. So
Yeah,
technically, I think it's better for your deck.
yeah,
Oh, that's really good. I need to get like 4 of those.
yeah. They're 30 cents each. Like, why would you ever buy Birds of Paradise when this exists?
Yeah.
It doesn't even cost colored mana.
It's because birds is 1 and this is 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why.
yeah. Yeah, there
That's,
are levels of the game where being able to play something on turn 1 versus turn 2 is the difference between winning the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a complete ass commander deck.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
good.
Well done. For what's it cost? 148.
148,
It's
yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of this stuff you already have anyway.
Yeah. And we get to add stupid stuff like hidden spider.
Yeah.
What?
It's one.
Oh yeah, when they cast
only to dress
a
you in
thing,
silk.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 1 green for a 3/5 with reach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, it's about that time, folks.
Yeah. Okay. I'm heading out. Thank you all for watching and for keeping me company while I did some deck building. Let's see if we've got a friend live to raid. We are going to hang out over at Chelsea's. Ain't so hidden anymore, yeah. Because we're hanging out for her birthday party, so yeah. Her birthday was on like Friday? Thursday? Okay. I think it was on Friday. Looks like we don't have any friends live to raid, so I'm just gonna sign off for now. Auto host will get somebody if they go live, so you can hang out on this page if you want to go see a friend of the stream later. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I will catch you tomorrow for League with the Boys. It'll be fun. And Friday, of course, is Fighting Game Friday, which we haven't done in a long time, actually. And the game I play is getting better netcode soon. It's getting rollback netcode. Unless you want Big Booty Cutie. I already got one. She's over there. Alright. I should sign up before I say anything else too embarrassing. Bye, everybody.